Hello students, welcome to the official channel of Saurav Sir's classes. Today in our video we are coming up with another important topic that is covered by West Bengal Civil Service main examinations paper 5 Indian polity, which is scheduled areas and tribal areas. I repeat, the topic for today's course discussion is scheduled areas and tribal areas. Now, tribal areas. So basically the areas which comprise or which are inhabited by scheduled caste or scheduled tribes, those fall under the category of scheduled areas or tribal areas. Now, so basically Article 244 of the Constitution deals with the administration of scheduled and tribal areas. Article 244 of the Constitution is concerned with the administration of scheduled and tribal areas. Alright, and then as you know, our constitution has several schedules to it. The fifth schedule is concerned with the control and administration of the scheduled areas. So the fifth schedule of our constitution is concerned with the administration of scheduled areas and the sixth schedule is concerned with the administration of tribal areas. So, quickly recapitulating what we have just discussed right now, Article 244 of the Constitution is concerned with the administration of scheduled and tribal areas. The fifth schedule of our Constitution is concerned with the administration and control of scheduled areas, and the sixth schedule is concerned with the administration and control of the tribal areas. Now, we will have a brief look at the provisions enlisted under the 5th and the 6th schedule respectively. So, coming to the provisions of 5th schedule. The very basic and first provision inlaid is declaration of scheduled areas. Declaration of scheduled areas. So, at the state level, the nominal head, who is the governor, he may declare any area as a scheduled area. Alright, and he is the one who is also responsible for altering the boundaries of these areas respectively. So, the governor can, of the state of course, can declare any area as scheduled area. Okay, and he is also responsible for altering the boundaries of these areas. So he is also responsible for altering the boundaries of these areas. So this is all about the very first basic provision enlisted under the 5th schedule, which is concerned with the control and administration of the scheduled areas. Okay, so the governor, who is the nominal head at the state level, reserves the right to declare any area as the scheduled area, and the right to alter the boundaries of the scheduled areas from time and again also rests with the governor. Okay, next. The second provision enlisted would include executive power of center and state. So the second provision would include executive power of the center and the state. So as you know, the right to deal with the administration part or to regulate the control of these areas rests with the nominal head, who happens to be the governor at the state level. So obviously at the central level, the nominal head, who is the president, will be responsible for the administration and control of such areas. Now, the governor, who is the nominal head of the state, sends a report pertaining to administration of scheduled areas to the president. Okay, the president, comma, in turn gives directions. The president in turn gives directions regarding administration of scheduled areas. So, the governor, who happens to be the nominal head at the state level, sends a report, has to send a report pertaining to the administration of the scheduled areas to the nominal head seated at the central level, who happens to be the president. Now, the president, based on the report or the proceedings of the report, gives his directions to the governor pertaining to the administration of such scheduled areas. Alright? So, this is all about the second provision, which includes the executive power of the center and the state. Next. We have the Tribes Advisory Council. Okay, next we have the Tribes Advisory Council. So a council would be set up to safeguard interests of minority sections, both SC, ST, tribe, both SC, ST plus tribe. The council has 20 members not more than 3/4 are representative of legislative assembly of state. So then the third provision enlisted under the 5th schedule is the Tribes Advisory Council. This would be a council that would be set up with the basic motto to safeguard the interest of minority section, which includes scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, as well as the the backward castes. Okay, so both scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. That is it. And of course, slight writing mistake, I'm so sorry. And the council will have 20 members, and not more than 3/4 of the members shall be representative of legislative assembly of the state. So at least 3/4 of the members of the council, 3/4 of 20 means around 15 to 16. So at least that number of members will have to be representative of legislative assemblies of the state. So this is in order to ensure that the SCs and STs get an adequate representation in the legislative assemblies of the state. So keeping in mind that view, this provision has been enlisted under the 5th schedule. Clear? Next we will have a look at the laws pertaining to scheduled areas. So next we will have a look at the laws which are pertaining to scheduled areas. Now the governor, the governor may declare that any act of the parliament is not to be implemented upon the scheduled or tribal areas. So the governor reserves right to declare. The governor reserves the right to declare that any act of Parliament wouldn't be applicable to scheduled plus tribal areas. Okay. So, the governor reserves the right to declare that any act of the parliament would not apply to these scheduled and tribal areas. Now, except for some exceptions. Except for exceptions. Okay? Except for some exceptions. Now, what will the exceptions be like? So what will the exceptions in such cases be like? Exceptions like governor may disregard right to transfer. Governor may disregard the right to transfer land by or among scheduled tribes. So the governor may disregard the right to transfer the land by or among the scheduled tribes. At the same time, the governor may allocate lands among members of scheduled tribes. So at the same time, the governor may also allocate lands among the members of the scheduled tribes. So these are basically the laws pertaining to scheduled areas, and we can see that obviously the nominal head seated at the state level is vested with the power to exercise such laws which pertain to scheduled areas respectively. Okay, now coming to the 6th schedule. All right. Now coming to the 6th schedule. The 6th schedule is primarily concerned with the administration and control of the tribal areas. Now we will have a brief look at the provisions of the 6th schedule. So the 6th schedule outlines the provision. The 6th schedule outlines the provision of autonomous districts and autonomous regions. So there will be provisions of both autonomous district and autonomous regions for these tribes or castes, scheduled caste. Lastly, it says that if an major area under district is inhabited by scheduled tribe, then governor may divide the region into autonomous regions. So, if suppose a major area of a district is inhabited mostly by members of a scheduled tribe or a scheduled caste, the governor can divide that autonomous district into several regions which will be autonomous in nature. So this is more or less about a glance of the provisions which are enlisted under the 6th schedule, which is related to the control and administration of the tribal areas. So we have discussed a very significant section under Indian polity, paper 5, WBC's main examination, which happens to be scheduled and tribal areas. Okay, hope you like the content of the video, and if you have any suggestions regarding the tutorial classes that are conducted by our videos or any suggestions to improvise the content of our channel, you are free to comment and in the comment section given below. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Stay tuned.